All right, hello to everyone watching us online. This is Ben Wilcox from SDN Channel 2 News. I'm here with Nora, and she's running for SGA president next year. And so we're going to sit down and we're going to talk to you now, Nora, about everything you stand for and what you're hoping to accomplish.
Okay, great.
So if you could just kind of start out by telling us all about yourself, you know, your name, where you're from, your year, what you do on campus, everything.
Okay, well, I'm Nora, as you said. I am a junior. I'm a psychology major, but I also have two minors. One is business management and the other is photography. I am currently an RA in Hawk Hall for the YSET RLC, Residential Learning Community, and this is my second year within that position, and then next year will be my third year as an RA, and I'm moving to the village in Quad 5. Some other things aside from SGA and outside of Hartford in general, I am very passionate about community service, so I have done 5 alternative spring break trips, including one this past spring break to Biloxi, Mississippi, with the program through the Center for Community Service, and then during the summer every year I'm a volunteer coach for a youth track and field team, and this will be, I think, my 4th or 5th summer doing that.
All right, can you tell me about your experience here at SGA, any past positions you've held? You're in office right now for something.
Yes, so this is my second year within student government. My first year was my sophomore year, and I was the associate to the vice president of student affairs, and then this year I am on e-board already as the executive assistant, or kind of like the president's assistant almost.
All right. A lot of people are unfamiliar with the different positions within SGA, I'm sure you're aware. Can you kind of tell us about what your current job has you doing?
Okay, well, currently as the executive assistant, I do a lot of logistical stuff internally. So my main job requirements are about taking the minutes at each meeting, both the Senate meetings on Tuesdays and the e-board meetings on Thursdays. I'll take attendance, and I'll do a lot of behind-the-scenes bookings in terms of buses for different things. I'll plan the retreat that we do every year. I help with planning the banquet and the Hartford Marathon that we volunteer with in the fall, and other things like that.
All right. If you're looking to be SGA president, can you kind of tell us what your goals and what you'd hope to accomplish in the position would be?
Okay, well, there's a lot of ideas that I have for next year, some both internally and externally. Internally, as an e-board, we're losing a lot of seniors this year, and so we'll have a lot of new faces, not necessarily people that are already within student government, but new faces to the e-board. And so if I am elected president, I would hope to really help keep that strength that is currently within the e-board during that transition period to help people adjust into their new positions, get used to what more of being on the e-board feel is like. And in terms to external things, these ideas are endless because there's always stuff to work on and things to improve. From talking, I've been going around on campus and talking to various students that are here, and some of the main things that have come up are things as simple as the meal plan times and seeing if we can work with Aramark to have some more gray areas or some slight adjustments with that. Some other things that have come up from students are more designated smoking and non-smoking areas, just to make those areas more clear and defined, things like that.
All right. You talked about your community service a little bit, and that's definitely a strength for you. Can you talk about the other strengths that you have that make you a solid candidate for the position? I
think some other things that do well with any leadership or presidential type position is one. I have a lot of natural leadership. This can be seen with me being a resident assistant and having to oversee a specific group of kids and lead them in weekly meetings and things like that, and also as a coach. So both of those things, as well as others, kind of exemplify the fact that I have natural leadership. I'm also a very organized person. I'm always having to-do lists, different agenda books, things like that, to keep me on top of my requirements and my daily schedule, so that way I don't forget anything. And I'm very dedicated to my work in all realms of it, and balancing student government, RA, and also my academics and other realms of my life.
All right. A wild card question. Can you say 3 things you like about the University of Hartford and 3 things you don't?
Okay. I think one thing I like about the University of Hartford a lot is just the diversities here on campus, both the people and where they come from different states across the country as well as different countries across the globe. And I know that one thing that drew me to the University of Hartford initially was the fact that I was undecided. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and there are so many majors that are offered here, and it was really a great opportunity for an undecided student to come and kind of dabble in a little of everything, which is why I think choosing my major, my minors are all scattered now. So that's one thing I like a lot. I also like the sense of kind of community that is built. I see that both within Hawk Hall and throughout the campus in general. I think the fact that we're kind of a smaller or medium-sized campus, and so we all live pretty close to one another rather than being spread out throughout a city or something like that. I think that really helps people get to know more people and interact with more people on campus in general. A third thing that I like about the University of Hartford, in addition to that sense of community, is also what those community members strive for. I see a lot of strengths within many individuals on this campus and many different organizations, not just the people in SGA, but people in Greek life and people in RHA and other organizations on campus. We all have the same goals of making both the University of Hartford a better place for the students here, the people that want to come here, and also the surrounding community as well.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add about your platform or about yourself? Take a moment, thank you.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you wanted me to say things I didn't like about the University of Hartford, because you asked that. Okay.
You're on top of things.
No problem. So I think a few things is that also stuff that has come up, like I was discussing earlier, with some ideas of things to change. There's always issues with error mark, and people always have just general concerns about how those things could be improved. So I think that that's one thing that can always be worked on, is making sure that those concerns of the student are always expressed to error marks. That way we're continually improving the meal plan system here on this campus. Another thing is going back to what I talked about with the designated smoking areas. I know a lot of people have concerns about smoking on campus, and some people, there's currently a petition going around about working to make this campus smoke free, but I do realize that there is a community of smokers on this campus. So I think that trying to find a happy medium between the two would work really well as well. I know another thing that comes up is also, at least for me, not necessarily something I don't like about the University of Hartford, but I think could be improved, is the communication within leading organizations on this campus, such as SGA, RHA, and Greek life, as I mentioned before. But I think that with those larger organizations, as well as between clubs and themselves, we're always trying to, all of us have the same goals, as I mentioned, but we're always trying to put on different events and get different students involved. And I think that because we all have those same goals, if we work more together, we can all kind of accomplish that as a team.
All right. Now to that platform.
Okay.
That last part of the platform question. Is there anything else you want to add about your platform?
I think that, well, I talked about some of my strengths, such as like being organized and dedicated and my natural leadership skills. I also think that for me, one thing that makes me a good candidate is that I have a lot of connections with students, both internally within student government. I know everyone in SGA, which unfortunately I don't know if I can say that for everyone else, but I think that I'm making the effort, and I would make the effort next year to get to know, not just know everyone, but to get to know them more personally on a personal level. And also from being an RA, I've met many different residents from all different backgrounds and different friend groups and other involvement on campus, that I continue to maintain those relationships. So I think that I've done a good job at trying to get to know and build relationships with students across campus, and I think that's one thing that could help me if I am elected president, to make sure I'm not just getting ideas from my friend group, but I'm getting ideas from people across campus in different colleges, different majors, different living areas, and I'm continually trying to reach out to more and more students to make those circles wider. So I think that's one thing that could definitely, helps make me a good candidate as well.
All right. Are you all set?
Yep.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you.